Hi, so this is the third update on the drive-through categories experiment I was talking about probably 5 weeks ago now. Um, so what I said in the original video was to create a small stockpile of titles for a specific category, the one that best fits where you'd like to feature strongly, and then uh, release those either weekly or bi-weekly, um, with the intention of keeping yourself in the newest lists, maybe getting into the hottest lists. And I was saying that the new releases would prompt sales for the previous ones. You had more chance of building some kind of momentum. And the more things you concentrate into one category, the more screen presence and screen space you get. Uh, so that increases more chance of organic sales. So what I then did, rather than just telling people to do it, I actually decided I was going to do it, and I suggested creating 4 adventures and then maybe bundling afterwards, just to keep things in that newest column. So what you're looking at here is the main old school revival category on drive-through. Now I do not feature here as a named publisher because it is a really popular group. I'm certainly none of my new little things are in the hottest list, but there you go. There is still one in the newest titles, and this is a very busy group. Now I was releasing weekly, so we're going back. No, it's 11 per cycle on my screen here, I think. And there you go. There's the previous ones. And then we go back a few more, and there's another one. So there's screenfuls being released every week. Um, so right, yeah. So in the main category of I'm still not featuring as a named publisher, but that was to be expected. Now, I produce very small, quick to create, very cheap little things. They're selling for 1.99. But let's look down into some of the other categories. Now, I had virtually no presence in swords and wizardry. Um, Before I started this. So this is the swords and wizardry category. I am now named um, in the hottest list. Okay, I'm not right at the front of it, but there you go, 40th, and there you go, 56th, 67th, and 71st. So I have already got a presence in the hottest list. Now, because we're into a slightly tighter category, look, you can see there's 4 of them on screen at once. So I've got presence here, I've got presence in the hottest list, presence in the newest, and if we scroll down in the main category, which is the popular, there you go, there's 1, there's 2, there's 3, and there's 4. So whether people are looking, scrolling across to look for the kind of picked out titles, we're in there. If they're scrolling down just to look at the general classification, um, they can see them there. So just releasing on a regular basis gets you that screen space. Now, I did no other promotion at all. I have a weekly email which I send out with new releases, so they were announced in there. Um, I had virtually no presence in this category already, so almost no one on my mailing list was subscribed because they were waiting for swords and wizardry titles. But now, if we look at the charts, that first spike is the release of the first one. That's the release of the second one. That's the release of the third one. Now, I made a mistake when I released the fourth one, which means there's no spike for it, and then the bundle came out. And that's just the total sales. And really, what you're seeing is right. Instead of going peak to nothing, peak to nothing, peak to nothing, we're going peak and then stagger, peak and stagger, peak and stagger, as the sales of old things are encouraged by the release of the new things. And in this coloured one, with sales by title, obviously there's only the orange line to start with because that was the only one available. Therefore, it's the only one that could be bought. Then we go orange and grey, and can you see that when the yellow one released, the grey line continued to sell, and there's even some grey. Are you going to be? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. All right, yeah, you saw it. So up here, you've got kind of you got this kind of bluish one, the yellow one, the grey one. It's You've got a bigger mix of titles, and they're what you're trying to achieve is that every new title is encouraging sales of the previous titles, and so you're not having just one sale a day. You want to achieve more than one sale a day. You want to achieve everything selling every day. But you can see how it would build up, and you get this kind of richer. Your sales reports go from just one listed title to two to three to four, and as you build up. Now, obviously, I've stopped. There's going to be no more titles, so I'm not going to be able to show you any more data. You, if you take your foot off the gas, eventually everyone that's interested in that game will have your titles if they're interested in them, so that will wane. You will drop off the newest lists as your sales decline. The chance of you being a named publisher will decline. But this is all about making your name in a category, and you can, as you make your name in one category, every category above it, you're getting credit there as well. So you can expand out of, you can start with swords and wizardry in my case, um, and then try and get a presence with many other OSR games until you feature in kind of the other OSR, which I already do. I think I skipped over that. Yeah, so in other OSR, I am now listed in there, and with these newer, so the Dark Secrets and Dark Streets and Dark Secrets, yeah, we've got a title there, and there's another one and another one. So I'll be able to do the same thing with the Dark Streets and Dark Secrets titles, just for doing a quick conversion. So there we're in the newest sections, and I believe I saw one down, at least one in the most popular. Yeah, there you go, just sneaking in at the bottom. Um, Now the top attic, funny enough, is this big spike. Um, why that one struck a chord, I don't know, but it did. Um, so yeah, so I've got something in the general classification. We've got something in the newest. They're not anything in the hottest there, but I am a named publisher in the other OSR group. So you can expand out of one into others, and the more of the subcategories you can feature in, the more chance you've got of listing in a higher category. And eventually, of course, if you kept on and you built your success, you would end up as a named, one of the top 15 in the on the site, and you end up on the homepage. But that's kind of not much chance of that happening. Um, so this was all looking from a game system point of view. If we hang on, if I just do a quick start over, and then so product type, that's not what I want. All right. Um, Non-core books, which is where the adventures live. So I'm not here in the general classification for non-core books. When we go into adventures, I'm still not there. I would be just above pinnacle. Um, but although I'm not listed by name yet, um, obviously lots of adventures are released each week. But kind of there's the bundle that I was talking about, and you see it's pages and pages of them in a week, but we are still here. We have still got a presence. Um, I don't think they're going to feature down here. That would be too much to ask. No, no, there's kind of 20,000 titles in the category, but you're still showing up because although we were talking about doing it on a game system of category level, because they're adventures, they also count in there. Now, everything I did was kind of low level, so if I look at the low level adventures, um, okay, still not there, but that would have filtered out a lot of the. So let's have a look at the. So now there's definitely the newest one there. Here you go. They're much closer to the top of the. Uh, there you go. They're much easier to find, and we should be higher up the. There's one. There's another. So two. Yeah. So as it filters down, but it's just getting into more and more categories. So yeah, really what I wanted to show you was the fact that as you build up, what you want to do is go get rid of this downward curve, the sort of kind of death spiral, and end up with the bulk of your adventures all helping each other, and you end up coming back up. So you get more sales per week by having more titles. Okay, yeah, so that's it. That's the kind of quick roundup, and yeah, the only thing I would have said actually is I was doing very cheap, disposable one-page adventures. If you did bigger, more substantial adventures, they would earn more money, which means they would be hotter quicker because the hottest rankings are based on dollars per day um, over time. So the more expensive your titles, the easier they are to rank in hottest. Um, and yeah, if you do something that's not a cheap, disposable, throwaway thing, then they're going to be more desirable, so you probably sell more. Okay, so but that's it. Okay, thank you for watching.